Very good and brisk good evening to everybody out there on YouTube. It's Captain Nabs here with you once again. Time for another flight in the Majestic -8. As you can probably see here, it is a cold and snowy night here in Toronto, which is going to make for a very challenging flight this evening. And I'm really looking forward to it. There's a good chance that we're not even going to make it to our destination. We're going to turn around and come right back to Toronto, which is all part of the fun. So we've got that to look forward to, some de-icing procedures as well. And also tonight, for one of the first times on the VATSIM network, we're participating in a test of the new VATSIM Voice Codec. So once we tune into the radios here, you're going to hear the new VATSIM Voice Codec, assuming it works. And if you guys are watching this video, then I have gotten the blessing of the VATSIM team to put this out there as an example of some of their hard work. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited to participate in this test. So without further ado, we're going to get this flight started, and once we get the radios tuned in, we'll see how this new codec sounds. I am really stoked to hear it. So without further ado, we'll hop in the flight deck as always, and we've already got the airplane powered up. So we're just going to start with our originating flows here to make sure that everything is turned on. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. Those of you that have seen my channel before know what this all looks like. So all the electricals are on. Let's see here. The ice protection, we don't turn it on yet. We'll turn it on when we fire up. And we do have the engine intake bypass doors open. And yeah, no lights on. Fire protection panel, everything's in. We've got green lights on all the valves. We don't have the APU running today. We got the GPU running. We're going to do GPU start. That's fine. We've got the dome light on, all the lights on. APU control panel is fine. Engine start panel is set right now. Pressurization panel, we're going to set it for London, Ontario, so it needs to be up towards about 1,000. It's a little bit hard to see from this angle if that's 1,000. Let's see if I can zoom in and maybe see a little better here. Yeah, it's about 1,000. And auto closed, and we've got lights, just the nav and the local light on right now. Our emergency lights. Seatbelts, I haven't actually set this plane up yet, so I'll set that up in a second here. And a quick test of the lights there. All the lights in the flight deck look good. Surprisingly, none of the digital light bulbs have burnt out yet. And we just get the emergency lights, good. And we might just throw everything on to dim because it's night. We don't need everything super bright. 12 o'clock, packs are on. And recirc fans on. The bleeds are off for now, min and off. And AC generators are on, AC external power is off. And lighting gear, escape hatch closed, everything's good there. And we're going to pan down here really quickly, reset those warning switches, and we're going to start off by setting up for our departure. And before we do that, I am going to go and do some weight balance, so bear with me one moment here. Alright, and here we are with the Majestic Q400 panel. So we're going to load this up today. I do have a sim brief flight plan going on here on my other screen. Let's have a quick peek at it. I think it was a pretty full flight to London. I think they've canceled some flights this evening because of the snow out there. It's a challenging evening. So, flight plan is loading slowly. I believe we're going to take 6,500 pounds of fuel, which was lots of fuel to get there and still hold our alternative to Sudbury. She's being really slow here. Try reloading my flight plan here. There we go, that's a little better. We had 69 people, 1,100 pounds of cargo, so how many we got here? That's too many. Let's take a few people out here. Let's make that 9, 8 maybe even. 23. Nobody wants to sit in the back of the plane anyways. And the fuel plan for today calls for 7,000 pounds of fuel, essentially. So we're going to do that. We are going to be pretty close to our max landing weight, I believe. Yeah, we're going to be pretty close to our max landing weight, so we're going to make sure it's 6905, so we'll set 6900. Sorry, I keep moving that. I'm not trying to do that. Calculate all this, send that a little bit far forward. Okay, we got to move some people back here, so we got to move the maximum number of people back. 6 people back, so that becomes 12. That's a lot better. Probably didn't need to tell why so many people so far back, but we're going to go with it. And it did, there we go. It did send everything to the sim. Alright. And we're going to keep going. So just to check that, our takeoff weight today is going to be pretty close to, not quite close to gross, 61.5. So we're not too bad. We're carrying quite a bit of extra fuel today, just because of the bad weather. Alright, and we're going to get heading alt cell and the yaw damper up there, and allow me to zoom in here. And let's set some speeds here for this evening. So tonight we're going to be doing 61. We'll round it up to 62. Actually, by the time we have burned through our gas to get to the Deice, yeah, we'll use 62. It's fine. 62 is fine. Alright, so, okay, so, let's see here, 119, because it's wet, we're going to drop that by 10 knots to 109, 119, 119, 130 and 154, oops, and 154. Before we go too much further here, let's get rid of that first of all. Before we go too much further here, I am going to probably have to check the weather. See what's going on here in Toronto this evening, because I don't know which runway's in use right now, so we're going to check the ATIS in a second here. Alright, and that is, alright, we're going to go ahead and set 3,000 feet there. We're going to grab the ATIS in just a second here. Let's just finish going through the rest of this really quickly here. And that all looks pretty normal. All those are in, those are out, those are all out. Parking brake is set, and I'm going to have to reset my... there go my thrust levers, there we go. Alright. And yeah, so we'll just tune in the ATIS here, we'll figure out what runway we're using, and maybe we'll even grab our clearance before we try to set it up in the FMS here. So let's see what we've got online this evening. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. One 2082. And I don't think it's working really, but that's okay. Again, this is part of the test, so I don't think the ATISs are right now set up for the test. Alright, so we've got, let's see here, runway 5 and 6 left. Okay, and alright, so we're going to set up for runway 05 and 06 left. Okay, so we're going to dial in the clearance here. Sorry for that little break there, but we're going to dial in the Toronto Tower here and see if we can grab ourselves a clearance. Alright. See how this new system works and see if we can do it. And I probably should have a piece of paper to write on before I even get around to doing this. Alright, so let's make sure we got some paper. Got something to write on. Alright. And let's give this a little try here. Toronto Tower, good evening. It's CYYZ-CYXU radio check, please. See if that worked. I hope. No, that probably didn't work. Try that one more time. Toronto Tower, good evening. CYYZ-CYXU radio check, please.
CYYZ-CYXU radio 5x5.
At CYYZ-CYXU, request the IFR clearance to London, please.
CYYZ-CYXU standby.
Alright, well, while we're standing by, we'll start getting some of this stuff into my FMS here. I know we're starting in Toronto. Alright, and we'll go CYXU. Menu. And actually, before we do too much else. Let's do the fuel page because we know the fuel from our flight plan.
Jazz 7655, Toronto Tower.
Go ahead for Jazz 7655.
Jazz 7655, clear London Airport via the Pemba 5 departure, Durlow transition, flight plan route, depart runway 06 left, squawk 5536.
Okay, Jazz 7655 is cleared to London, the Pemba 5 departure, Durlow transition, flight plan route, departure runway 06 left, and the squawk code 5536.
Jazz 7655, read back correct. Do you require de-ice?
Oh, we're very definitely de-icing this evening for Jazz 7655.
Jazz 7655 noted. Call when ready to taxi.
We'll go. Well, we're definitely de-icing this evening. Wow. I have to say, wow. That sounds
9908, wind 130
so much
at
better.
8, gusting 15. Clear for takeoff runway 06 left.
I am just floored by how different that sounds.
Clear for takeoff Delta 990 heavy.
Wow. The difference is just phenomenal from what we're used to on the VATSIM network. And I mean, more power, like, not trying to insult the people who set up the original VATSIM network. It was a very long time ago. The codec is very dated. But just, wow, what a difference that is. Like, I've had so many times lately where I've had a hard time understanding people, and to think that we'll be able to turn off that, be able to turn on this kind of reception is just fantastic. All right. Wow. It's all I can say is just wow. But anyways, so we're departing 06 left. It's the Pemba 5 departure. There it is, number 20. And it's off runway 06 left, which probably means that a couple of fixes are going to be missing just because of the way the Navigraph is formatted here. Where did I just
Delta 9908, contact Toronto arrival 132.8. Take care.
132.8, Delta 990 heavy.
Alright, lose my head if it wasn't firmly attached to my body sometimes. Okay, so, really quickly here. Pemba 5 departure. I think there's a couple fixes on here that will be missing. 2324, 06 left. So, Ankle, Litor, and then we're supposed to be doing 7B and Durlow. So that's, yeah, those are the missing fixes. So we're due... Oops.
That's perfect. Jazz 822, do you require de-ice?
7B and Durlow. There we go, and then that's all in there. Alright, and the offset... the offset is 5 hours right now for the time zone, and we're pretty much all set up to go here.
Jazz 822, de-ice is noted. Call when ready to taxi.
Just adjust the heading here for departure off of runway 06 left. 057 on the heading, and I think we're good to go here. So we're just going to do a quick little departure briefing. So this will be a... let's see, this will be a 62,000 pound flap, 15 takeoff with icing considerations. Takeoff power is going to be normal takeoff power, 90% bleeds on. Speeds V1, 109, VR 119, V2 119, V-Fry 130, V-Climb 154, level off altitude here, 1600 feet ASL. For any master warning engine failure direction control issue prior to V1, you'll call abort, stop the aircraft on the runway, deal with emergency. In the event of an engine failure after V1 is considered an in-flight emergency. No immediate actions prior to 1600 except for raising the gear. At 1600, we level off, accelerate V-Fry, track flaps, and continue with V-Climb to 3,000 feet. Once established in the climb, we'll act as emergency. In the event of an immediate return, we'll circle back to
Flight
land.
7660, wind 130 at 8, gusting 15, clear for takeoff runway 06 left.
We will go to Sudbury. It's not a close alternate, but it gets us there. Terrain and 340 MSA field. Weather is good. Weather is bad, actually. We're going to de-ice. Weather is...
Roger, Canada 116, Alpha Kilo 8, at your discretion.
Weather's really bad here. We do need to take off alternate. We've got one. We could definitely try to shoot the approach here, but it's not going to be great. It's snowy.
Just be sure to some of that YouTube.
Operational, I've got nothing else to add really beyond the weather.
It sounds fantastic, so.
Yeah. The taxi route for the de-ice, we're going to follow the
instructions. Sounds pretty good, eh?
Right to the de-icing bay. And the SID is the Pemba 5 departure off runway 06 left. 10-3 Juliet, the 18th of May 2018. Fold note radar required. The rest of the notes on the jet plate are pretty standard for Toronto. It is, let's see here, 06 left. Climb, unless it's assigned by ATC, climb heading 057 to 1,000 feet. Continue the 057 heading, or as assigned, expect radar vectors to Tillum. Nope. Or Perlo, or as assigned, then proceed via the depicted route, and unless it's assigned by ATC, maintain 3,000. The routing, let's see here. So heading 057, we go Perlo, Omapa, Pankal, that's up there, Litor, Sevby, and Durlo. That's all in there. Durlo's out of below.
Delta 1807, line up and wait, runway 06 left.
London, which is our destination. So there we go.
That's all
in there. Let's go really quickly here and go, let's just cross-fill flight plan and fuel while we're at it. And then I think we're going to be good. And I just need to pull out my de-icing checklist, CDF de-ice checklist. Yeah, so everything's normal until the after start check. And that's
flight 7660, contact Toronto arrivals, 132.8, take care.
Originating before start check. External power APU is on. Recirc fan is on. Emergency lights are armed. And the seatbelt can go on now. Anti-skid is on. External check is complete. Gear pins are, let's just check and make sure, stowed. Gear pins are not installed. Good, stowed. EFD updates complete. Flight deck preparation complete left, complete right. And the O2 flow indicator is green left and right. Wherever my oxygen mask is.
Delta 1807, wind 1308, gusting 15, clear for takeoff, runway 06
left. Before start check is complete, and the before start checklist. Circuit breakers.
Delta 1807.
Here. Circuit breakers check.
Yeah, A22 for Deice.
Right. And
taxi.
All the way over.
Delta Quebec, Delta. Right.
All clear door, landing gear, and heaven switch.
De-icing pad at your discretion.
Is closed and norm. Escape hatch is closed. Battery master main aux standby is on. And cross-check seatbelts are on. Flight taxi is taxi. Yaw damper is on. Fuel quantity, again, we've got 6,900 pounds. That checks.
Jazz 822, if I can get you squawk more Charlie, please.
Trims are 1, 2, 3 set. Parking brake is set. Power levers are disc. Condition levers are fuel off. And the takeoff briefing is complete. Before start checklist is complete. And I just have to do a quick configuration change. Stand by.
Delta 8.
Alright, and we're all set to go. Before start checklist is complete. So go ahead and shut the door. Exits. Alright, so we'll shut the aft baggage door.
American 560.
And the forward pass.
Correction, American 569, Toronto Tower. Clear to JFK Airport via the Capt 2 departure bump and transition flight plan route. Depart runway 06 left, squawk 3361.
And let's go ahead and fire up. And we'll get GSX to help us push back here.
We clear JFK via the Capt 2 departure.
Left.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
We are going to start the engine here at the gate because we are using the GPU.
American 569, read back correct. Do you require the IC?
Start approved check. Nose steering is off.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
EFB airplane mode is
American 569er, the IC noted. Mission start at your discretion. Contact for taxi.
Doors and fueling lights are. Still got the front door open. I thought we closed it. That's why we have doors and fueling lights. That's why we have a checklist. Catch these things. There it is. Doors and fueling lights are out. AP bleed is off and anti-collision is going to red. Start approved check is complete. Clear on 2, guys. Alright, starting engine 2. Alright, we got rotation, bring up condition lever 2. Get some fuel flow. And away we go. Alright, we got good start on number 2.
Locking gear.
Alright, let's try Oscar Delta again. We're on base for, probably going to come in on 05. That's okay with you.
Charlie Oscar Delta, roger. It's going to be a full stop.
Okay,
We'll probably go on the second one, so touching go please.
Departure check completed.
Okay, Charlie Oscar Delta, altimeter
Release parking brakes.
6, cleared the left base for runway 05, and then when airborne again, if you can make left circuits, and report infield down.
Keep you gone, it is gone.
Wind is currently
Commencing push.
8, gusting 50.
Due to icing conditions,
Here we go.
please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes
So
set.
clear time to the left downwind for runway 05, and
Wow.
we're airborne, make a left
difference in this
downwind,
codec.
call you midfield downwind, and we're clear for touch and go, runway 05, Oscar Delta.
Roger.
This codec is amazing. I can hear, I can recognize individual voices. Normally, the VATSIM codec, it's so hard to recognize voices. But with this one, no problem. I know who those people are without even thinking about it. You know, from their voices on TeamSpeak, and just, oh, what a difference. Fantastic. VATSIM, you can't bring this new codec in fast enough. But let's go ahead and start engine 1, clear 1. Starting 1.
CYYZ-22, you can make a right here to get to the de-icing pad.
Alright, we got rotation. Fuel flow. Here it goes. I thought we were doing like that.
Looks like you missed it. CYYZ-22, continue Delta, then right onto Foxtrot, right onto Victor. And, oh, that works too. Get you Echo, keepers at your discretion, and you can contact me when de-icing is complete.
Adapter heat. Looks like we got a good stable start on 2 as well. I think he's finally starting to turn us a little bit here. I love the GSX tracks the center lines though. That's another wonderful thing about GSX when you're using it. Alright, so we can finish the push here. Should be soon, imagine. There he is, he's found the center line. Very nicely done, although it's weird that the nose wheel is not currently up. There's only so much various developers can do to work with each other. You also can't crank dashing nose wheel that far, but anyways. Try not to be overly critical because to do that alone is a great, step forward in technology here.
Set parking brakes.
Alright, setting the parking brake. That's just the parking brake. It's going to come and disconnect. Alright, so now is where it's going to start to get weird for those of you that watched my videos before, because we're going to be doing the CDF de-ice checklists now. So we're going to taxi the central de-ice facility and de-ice there. So before we get
Unlocking gear.
we're going to have to do the checklist a little differently than usual. We got a special checklist that we start doing now. And
Tow truck disconnected.
honestly, it's been
Bypass bin
I
removed.
use it, so I'm going to be kind of reading through it a little bit and make sure I don't do stuff wrong here. So Capt will conduct normal hatch start flow without action rudder check. First officer will select the tank oxygen stand by head press PT control on. So first officer, and you can also select the bleeds on because frankly he needs some heat this time of year. Alright, but he has to select the tank ox pumps.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
By head press PT control, but we don't do the test yet. The captain, he does his normal check. So we're going to get the ice protection on here. We're going to get some windshield heat. And dual steering is on. Alright, I believe we got everything there. And de-ice after start checklist. External power APU is off. And the bleed air is min and on. Tank ox pumps 1 and 2 are on. Stand by. Oh. It helps if I take it out of feather too. That's why we don't have tank ox pumps yet. I pushed the switches, but it didn't do anything because the AC generators are not online. Oh, wow. I haven't pulled the dash 8 for a while. I'm just realizing that now. Alright, tank ox pumps 1 and 2 are on. Stand by head press PT controller on. High press quantity at all checks. Nose steering is on, and radar and AVCOM are set. And we're ready to be for departure here really quick. Just ready for the next frequency, and away we go. And Toronto Tower, Jazz 7655 is ready, taxi Deice.
Jazz 7655 for Deice, taxi Alpha Kilo Bravo Tango, cross 33 right.
Okay, Alpha Kilo Bravo Tango, cross 33 right for Jazz 7655. Forgot who we were for a second. Jazz 7655. Okay, so we're going, and again I put my iPad down for a second and I lost it. Going Alpha Kilo, which is straight ahead, and then Bravo and Tango cross 33 right to the Deice.
Jazz 822. Gotta get a radio check.
Alright, take it easy because it is snowing out there. Now I haven't taxied this in a while. I forget how sensitive the tiller can be in this. And it's not that the tiller is sensitive, it's just that there's a dead zone in my joystick and then all of a sudden it's there. It's not a joystick really, it's a yoke. But anyways, whatever it is, there's a dead part of it, and it's challenging to use sometimes. Alright, so out Alpha Kilo, cross street here right with the Deice. It's not too bad out here right now. This does not look like 3/4 of a mile to me. This looks better than 3/4 of a mile. But the other thing, I don't know if you noticed it, and
Chuck Basket says on the midfield downwind, go for another touch and go, please.
Charlie Oscar Delta, wind 130 at 8, gusting 15, clear touch and go, runway 05.
Clear touch and go 05, Charlie Oscar Delta.
alright, get the side window heat on as well, then. Yes. Vents are not doing much. What was I saying? The one thing, and I hope I do this well when I put this video together and sync up my audio track with the VATSIM background audio track, but one thing I've already noticed is the latency is also vastly decreased. I asked for taxi and it wasn't like a 6-second or 8-second delay before I got my taxi clearance. It was like 1 second. And the tower control was right back on it. So I don't know if you noticed that, but go back and listen to that request for the taxi clearance again. Because it was almost immediate. Maybe it is 3/4 of a mile. I don't see the buildings on the south side of the highway here, so maybe it is 3/4 of a mile.
Tower American 569 is ready to take.
Alright, so we're going to make the right turn on Tango here, which should be this next one right here.
American 569er. For Deice, taxi Alpha Lima Tango, cross 3 right.
Getting very laggy here. That sign over there should say Tango. It does. It's the next right turn here. Love Toronto. Great scenery. Oh, I need a more powerful processor to deal with sometimes. Barely have good enough frame rate. It doesn't help that I'm recording as well. That's also probably choking out some of the resources in the system, but here we go.
Jazz 7655. Can you confirm you're squawking Charlie?
And yeah, we're showing the transponder on for Jazz 7655.
Roger, thank you.
Says on. Feed pilot agrees. Alright. Crossing the runway. Clear right and left. And strobe should be on for this. And should probably also watch where we're going. If we had an FO to help us, then that would also be easier. But, you know.
Yeah, 7655, de-icing pad at your discretion. Advise when de-icing is complete.
Okay, we'll go. Okay, we'll call you when de-icing is complete. complete for Jazz 7655, thanks. We're going to take the next pad here. I believe this is pad 4, because it looks like pad 5 didn't actually have any de-icing trucks on it. I honestly have not been here in the flight time scene or into de-ice, so I'm curious to see if this will actually work and if they will properly de-ice the airplane. And I hope they don't start right away because I have to configure the airplane for de-ice before we can actually do de-icing, so. Holdover time.
Charlie Oscar Delta, we're on the midfield downwind now.
Calculated, but frankly, I'm just in a little bit of a hurry to get this going because I want to try to do at least half the test.
Roger, Charlie Oscar Delta, wind 1308, gust to 15.
I came this way.
Clear to land, 05.
Controlling. Alright. You have to go into start feather and the dash 8 won't do de-icing. So we do start feather.
American 569, de-icing pads at your discretion. Contact me when de-icing is
And emergency
complete.
brake is on. Standby high press P2 control R norm. Power levers from disc. Condition lever start feather. Nose steering is off. Flap is 0. Bleed air 1 and 2 is in and off, and PA, we have to tell everyone the de-ice, we'll say we have.
And Toronto Tower, it's Jazz 822 radio.
Alright,
YouTube, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop this video right here, cut it into parts, and so while we're de-icing we'll step away, and in the next video we'll come back post de-ice and do the takeoff and the departure, and see what it's like to fly in the busy airspace with the new VATSIM codec. So I hope you guys like it. I was very grateful to be allowed to be part of this test, and so big appreciation to the development team that's working on it. It's going to change the way we fly on the VATSIM network altogether. So thank you very much, guys, for working on that. Thank you for letting me post this video, and thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and let's talk about the codec below. What do you like about it? Anything that you think could be improved? It's not too late for some changes to come into play. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.